Lots of incest. Tons of incest. So much incest. You can leave the house, come back, incest still happening. It's a very weird show to watch when you're trying to find common ground with your sister.
Yeah, that could be an awkward situation. Depending on who chose this TV series to watch.
Yeah, you must watch this one. Definitely, it's really good. I think you're gonna like it.
1 hour later, you're like,
do you like it?
yeah, you're like, okay, I know what you did there. Come on.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
I'm Veronica.
And I'm Valdemar.
And today we're watching a comedian that's new to us. He's completely, I think, new to me. I don't think I've ever seen anything.
I've seen him on the roasts, and I think you did
I've
too.
seen him on roasts too. But
he was
not,
on the roast of Justin Bieber.
Yeah. The name is Pete Davidson. And today we will be watching his stand-up monologue on Saturday Night Live. I think we have seen him on roasts, but I'm just thinking about like a normal routine. I don't think I've seen anything ever.
No. I had never seen him on doing stand-up.
So this
but
one.
I have seen him numerous times on different roasts because he was there.
Did you enjoy his performance?
A couple of times on roasts. Yeah.
So I wonder how he's going to be here. I chose this one for the one that we will start with. Again, because I thought, Saturday Night Live, that's supposed to be your best material. So I think he should be at his best, even if a bit nervous. Depends on the person, I guess. But yeah, I'm very curious to see. I don't think this was a recommendation from anyone. And by the way, if you want to leave us any recommendations, you could check out our Patreon, and then you can see how you can affect the videos that we will be watching on this channel. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to
just not mandatory.
If you want to just recommend, you can recommend it here. But if you want to really be sure that we will watch the video, then check out the Patreon, because then you can vote, and we will watch those videos once a week on this channel.
The specific video that will be chosen. Yeah. But of course, you can still leave recommendations here and comments and whatever you'd like. And speaking of this, we also, as you probably already know, we have the movie reaction channel. So if you want to check it out, you can check it out at the end of this video or in the description box. And then we have movie reactions every week.
Yeah. Pete Davidson, he mentioned on his roast a couple of times that his father died in 9/11.
Oh.
And they were making fun of that on the roasts.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think you mentioned that to me. I have that in the back of my head. Either there was a joke or
they
you
were
mentioned
joking.
it to me.
They were joking about it on the roast of Justin Bieber, and they were joking about it basically on every roast that I have seen him. And also, he is known on Reddit as a dude who dates unusually attractive women, considering
told
the
me
way
he was
looks.
watching his dating history. I was quite surprised to see he dated Kim Kardashian, because this doesn't aesthetically work for me.
Yeah, he was dating Ariana Grande for
that works for me aesthetically, but
for some time.
Yeah.
But also for some reason, Kate Beckinsale, and I had no idea about it. I just checked it out before we.
Yeah, she's much older than him.
Yeah, she's 51 now.
Yeah. Well, good for him. Okay, let's see if he's as good as comedy as he is at dating.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Davidson.
The layout is always the same. They never change anything. And why are you wearing sweats?
What?
Why is he wearing sweatpants?
Why does he wear the jacket?
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's great to be back. All right, I'm going to get right into it. Trying to bond with my sister. I'm about to be 30. I'm turning 30 next month. Yeah. It's over. It's over. Trying to bond with my sister. I feel like we should have a better relationship. Me and my sister have nothing in common. She assists brain surgery, and I'm a drug addict. So nothing. So I was trying to find something we could do, so we could bond. And I was like, we should watch a TV show. That's easy. You just sit there. You don't got to do anything. You just sit there every 5 minutes. You're like, So I was like, we'll do this, and me and my sister both never saw Game of Thrones, right? I know. I didn't know. It's the #1 show in the world. I had no idea how sick everyone was. I thought it was like dragons and stuff and magic. Hardly any dragons. Lots of incest. Tons of incest. So much incest. You can leave the house, come back, incest still happening. It's a very weird show to watch when you're trying to find common ground with your sister.
Yeah, that could be an awkward situation. Depending on who chose this TV series to watch.
You must watch this one. Definitely, it's really good. I think you're gonna like it.
1 hour later, you're like,
Do you like it?
yeah, you're like, okay. I know what you did there. Come on. I was always thinking about it too.
Oh my god.
But weird beginning, no introduction.
No
It was also, I'm bonding with my sister.
Yeah, and also, isn't he hot in this jacket? He must be stressed anyway. So this hoodie, this jacket, I think he must be very hot.
Maybe he really is under drugs.
Maybe.
And then you have troubles.
On drugs right now, you mean? Or...
what I said, under?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what you meant. Sorry.
On drugs, yeah, because then you have troubles, identifying temperature.
Maybe.
I was so uncomfortable watching this, you guys. I was watching it, and I was like, oh, man, this is so weird, Like, I wonder how she feels,
Mm-hmm.
So
I know
out a feeler, I was like, hey, this is pretty weird, huh? And she was like, I love it. I was like, yeah, but the incest, It's like a no-go, right? And she was like, well, it was a different time.
It wasn't a time.
I was like, am I about to bang this chick? What's going on? I probably wouldn't get her. I'm too insecure. I'm very insecure, you guys. I think it's because the high school football coach used to call me a pussy, And I wasn't even on the team. Just find me in class, pussy. You guys, I'm from Staten Island, right? So this is a big deal to me. I grew up right around here. If you don't know what Staten Island is, it's the only island in the world with a worse reputation than Epstein's somehow. But in Staten Island, the kids molest the priests. Everything's backwards down there. A lot of people ask me, and by that I mean two, is this what I wanted to do when I grew up? And no, I am from Staten Island. My dream was to be a construction worker. It was, hopefully, work for a construction company for like 8 years. And then if I'm lucky, fall off a ladder. Sue the city for $6 million, settle for $3 million. Marry some chick I had a crush on in high school, and that I'm not even really into anymore, but no one else could have her. That was my dream. I remember the first night I went to do a stand-up show. I love this story. It's like my origin story. So I used to have sex with this girl in my car, because in Staten Island, that's like a condo. So we were in my 2-bedroom Cherokee with a view. And this girl was awesome. She was just a sex friend. It was her idea, She was awesome, They don't make them like that anymore. The good old bros, So I remember it was actually the first night.
Was it his sister?
Well, but imagine if this girl is watching now and she's like, damn, I should have insisted we're in a relationship. How different life could be.
Also, I relate to his dream about working on the company for a couple years, then having an accident. Then
I don't relate to this dream. I would rather you didn't have an accident.
But here in Europe, you don't have such big settlements, right?
No, I don't think so. Let's not check.
Never had a stand-up show, but I forgot because I was having sex, right? And I actually didn't realize till after I finished, like immediately after. I was like, I'm late, and early, relax, And I was so nervous to tell this girl. That's so rude. I didn't want to be like, well, bye. Because we were supposed to get pizza after, because that's my guarantee. door to door, hit a slice. You know? So
The little
I
love.
was so nervous to tell her, you know, I was like, I'm so sorry, you know, I forgot I have a show tonight in the city. Could we get pizza tomorrow? And she was like, oh, of course. You try to do stand-up? That's amazing. Go for it. That's so cool. And I was like, wow, thanks. Yeah. And then she said something, you guys, that I'll never forget. I still think about it today. She said the coolest thing anybody's ever said to me. She's just putting on her shirt and she just goes, hey, maybe one day I'll be watching TV with my husband and you'll pop on. Yeah. And then I'll turn to my husband and I'll go, hey, I banged that guy. And I was like, what'd you read my diary? Who says that? That was so cool. Who says that? I remember being all hyped up driving to the city like, I'm gonna be a comedian. And I think...
But that is very cool to hear.
Yeah, especially if you're a guy who really doesn't want any of those responsibilities.
Yeah, but that's what I was wondering. If they were like dating.
No, I don't think so. He said that they were just sex friends and that she offered that they were just sex friends.
Ah.
That's why I said she must regret it now because, well, maybe she is watching it with her husband and then she looks in her wallet and she's like, oh, I could have.
But at least what a story to tell friends.
Yeah. Well,
Every barbecue with family.
But what a story would it be if she could have had some publicity out of it?
Well, she can always sue him on Me Too.
What?
I said she can always sue him on Me Too. No? Too soon? No. Okay. Let's go back.
About that because it's very... I'm gonna be a comedian. And I think about that because it's very special. You know, she kind of predicted the future. That's so cool. Like, I did get on TV. That's very cool. You know, she tragically died of an overdose 2 years later. Yes, it's very sad. She was 1 for 2. Yeah. And I found out, this is messed up, I found out because I was actually watching TV with my girlfriend and she popped on. And then I turned to my girlfriend and I went, hey. I banged that girl. We got a great show for you tonight.
Oh my God.
This is here, so stick around and we'll be right back.
I didn't expect it to go dark at all. That was very unexpected.
Kind of wholesome, and then but I like this. I like this a lot.
I like that too. That was just real drop.
He has a vibe of like a guy that you would see on some like Comedy Cellar. Mm-hmm. No, you know, not someone you would see on Saturday Night Live, but
just better.
But just better, yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's like, he takes this to the higher quality.
It's very refined, yeah, is what you're saying. Like he still manages to have that vibe, like he's very casual.
Yeah, but every word has a purpose.
Yeah, but you know there's nothing accidental.
Everything is scripted, nothing is accidental. No. Like no words was spared.
I had a very good idea that he is really good at the craft. Even though it was so casual, more than some other comedians, like it was really well scripted.
He knew when to raise his voice, when to lower his voice.
Yeah, for sure.
every face that he made.
Yeah, everything was perfect.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah, very funny. I would be happy to see some more. If you guys have anything, you can drop the recommendations here or I don't know, Patreon. But yeah, but Patreon is mostly for for something that we won't watch on our own. Yeah.
If you were like, oh, but we need to see this, but that it's like very niche or something like that. Niche. What? That's not the word?
No, I think you say niche. Not niche.
When I say niche.
Niche? Like touche.
Yeah, like touche. Niche.
Maybe that's how you say it. I don't know. Yeah, so then you can let us know there. But just drop anything if you have any special Pete Davidson recommendations. Because I only saw really compilations of him. And then for the shorter clips from the stand-ups, I haven't seen that many. So it would be nice to have some help finding something.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you very much for watching. Leave us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Goodbye.